with new growth thrusting from unburned roots. Fleabane, pennycress, sagebrush, Indian paintbrush in bloom, and a young white fur dress gently sloping foothills of the snow-capped Plateau Mountains. See that? We learned a lot about sagebrush in my Sagebrush Country with Brianna playlist, if you guys want to check that out. Bladderpod, balsam root, pink longleaf phlox, white longleaf phlox, elderberry, golden pea. On the northern slopes of Glassell foothills, quaking aspen trees shade a mixture of snowberry bushes, bluegrass, and dandelion. Look at all these flowers. A thin layer of gypsum, deposited by groundwater that seeped through nearby beds, slashes across a sandstone canyon near the loop. See that? The dark pigments of a substance called desert varnish streak the sandstone walls of White Canyon. This so-called varnish, found in old deserts, is created when water seeps through rocks and soil, enriched manganese and iron oxides. The water dissolves in these minerals, carrying them down the rock face where they solidify into a thin film as the water evaporates. See that? Look at all the streaks. Sandstone cliffs rim the canyon of the Colorado River Center in the sunset from Dead Horse Point. The name recalls the fate of a land of wild ponies that was rounded up and culled for breeding stock by cattlemen, then turned loose, subsequently a die of thirst. There's no water in this area here. On the canyon rim near the San Juan River, a desert bighorn stands above a growth of mountain mahogany. A favorite route, though bighorn rams weigh as much as 200 pounds, they can bound with ease from slippery shelf to narrow ledge because of their sharp-edged hooves, have a rubbery interior surface for gripping the rock. This is a bighorn ram. Arranged like the ruined walls and towers of a medieval fortress, sandstone buttresses dominate the background of a scene on the Colorado Plateau. These walls, once the sheer ramparts of a larger mesa, have gradually broken up along vertical fractures in the original formation. See that? Isolated on the Kaibito Plateau, near the Arizona-Utah border, a typically flat-topped, steep-sided mesa rises from the desert floor. Massive though it is, the mesa is only a relic of the unbroken covering of sedimentary rock that once stretched to the horizon. This is the Kaibito Plateau. Deeply carved by a small tributary of the Colorado, White Canyon winds through its way through a narrow gorge of nearly vertical walls, several hundred feet deep. In this winter scene, the riverbed, virtually dry most of the year, is masked by thin drifts of snow. See that? Look at all the snow. A little bit of snow, actually. Castle Rock, a sandstone pinnacle in Utah, rises like a watchtower from its foundation of softer layers. Along with the satellite block at far left, Castle Rock represents a late stage in the erosive destruction of a mesa. This is Castle Rock. And there's the satellite rock. A A stretch of badlands devoid of plant life sprawls beneath early snow near Canyons, Utah. These low hills made of soft, heavily eroded shales and siltstones are nominally in the canyon country, where the more prevalent formations of hard sandstone and limestone resist erosion. Okay? Used by a canyon stream, Hickman National Bridge spans a dry gulch in Capitol Reef National Park, Utah. This form was once a solid rock jutting out near the junction of two canyons. At first, the river swept around the obstacle, but slowly the water undercut the rock and tunneled through, weathering any erosion and enlarged the new channel into this graceful arch.